So excited to bring you, this is the Black Canyon Boondock Edition Tab 360 2025 model. I'll have all the specifications as well as my contact information down below. Now, people might, they're going to say, well, Paul, what are the things that you get on the Black Canyon Edition? And let me go through those real quick. There's three things that you get. Let me just start at the back where we can see it here. So you're going to get an extra solar panel. So it's an extra 190 watt solar panel. So now you have two of them versus one. You're going to get the what they call the undermount or the underglow red lights, as you can see here. So now you'll be able to actually have a red glow going around your camper. Now people ask, Paul, why do they use red instead of other colors? The benefit, well, it's not going to attract the bugs, but a lot of people use these. They'll go out stargazing and so forth, and the red light does not affect people when you're out in a field and it's dark. Red light is not going to affect anybody. So that's a couple reasons why. So the other thing you're going to get, so you have the 190 watt extra solar panel, you have the underglow lighting, and then the third thing is you have your tank heaters. Now, just because you have your tank heaters, don't think that you're going to have a four-season camper. It doesn't work that way. Mainly for extended season. If it's getting down in the 20s at night and getting up in the upper 30s, 40s degree during the day, then you're probably okay. Now, in this area here, what you have, a few things. One, you have a solar connect here. People might say, well, Paul, why do we need a solar connect port there? And that is in the event that you park in shade, then you get yourself a suitcase. You can put that out in the sun. And what you do is you're just going to put that down through here, as you can see. Now, with you putting, you bring your water hose up through here, you can bring cable. If you have to use that, that's going to go through there. Get yourself some brass wool, keep the critters from coming in here. Put that brass wool down there as well after the fact, so that way there, you're keeping the critters from coming in there. This thing here makes it very simple when you're hooked up to water, okay? It tells you dry camping, power tank fill, city water, winterize, sanitize. And you just put the things accordingly. So right now it's set up for dry camping, meaning you're going to use your water pump, which you have a switch here, you have a switch inside. Now let's say that you're done using the water pump and so forth. Shut the water pump off, make sure there's no pressure on the system, and then hook up your water here. Now before you turn the water on, make sure there's no pressure. Now we're going to switch it to city water. You're going to turn this here, and now you can see now you're ready for city water. Now you can turn the water on. Never change these dials when there's water pressure on that system there, because that can mess up that system, cause problems for you. This light here, this switch right here, goes to nothing. Just so you know, it used to go to a light outside. They've kind of deleted that, but you do have your light in here. It's a sensor light. Set it on number 2 there, and that way there it'll cut off after a little bit, and then once you open the door, it senses motion. It'll come on, so you'll be able to see in here. So that is in there. You do have your 110 connection. That's your Alta system exhaust there. 110, I mean your antenna for your stereo. That's a vent for your gray tank. And you can see there's your gray tank dump right there. Stabilizers. All you need to make these power is get yourself a 3/4 inch socket, put that on a screw gun, and it works awesome. Now, this does have the porta potty, as you would call it. So your tank is portable. Nice thing with that, it makes it very simple for you to go ahead and take this thing out. It's not like it's very big, so it makes it a little bit easier if I have two hands to do this. But let me see if I can pull this thing out of here with one hand. You got to get the wheels up over top of that part right there. That's the difficult part. So now this comes out. So this is what it looks like. Now it's going to have a cap that goes on the top here, because that's what you're going to dump out. Make sure you have that cap on. So now what you're going to be doing to dump this thing out, all you do is you do that like that, and then it's going to pour right into the into your area wherever you're going to be dumping it. Now to clean it out, what you've got to do is you've got to go ahead and take this part off here. Now, of course, it's nice and clean right now, folks. So be very careful when you're opening this. When you're gonna, and now you could rinse it out and dump it. Get it all nice and cleaned out. Put some water and chemical in there. Close it. Put it back in there, and you're good to go. So as you're pushing it in here, let me just show you. See this piece here? It's going to catch. There's a lip right there, and as it pushes in, it's going to open that thing up. You see now it's open, so that way there when you're flushing the toilet, it goes to the tank. However, when you go to pull it back out, it's going to close it up for you. So that's how that works. And I like how these things work. By the way, it's not a 751 key, so you don't have to worry about people really getting in there and stealing things. Now, I like what they've done to the front, because everybody was always adding those extra tanks, or I say tanks, bins up in the front. So now what they've done is they've just made one big one for you. And you know, you still put these down and lock them on there like that, but now they actually have a lock for you, and you see it pops up quite nicely. Look at all that room that you have to put things. This is what you use to get your tire down. Just unscrew that, that'll drop your tire, which is down below there, and then you're able to go ahead and use that. Now, I know with it being locked, because the thing is you're not supposed to have your LP locked, because it has to be accessible in the event of a fire and so forth. So what you're able to do is you have this door right here you're able to open, and then you're able to reach in here and you can shut it off, disconnect it, whatever the case may be. So that's how they get around that part, and that works quite effectively. And it's nice and tight the way that they actually have that latch. Same thing with this part here. I love how they've done this for your sewer hose. That's like a 5-inch opening, which is much better. Remember those ones that they put down underneath? The little 3-inch tubing? You know, this one is more effective, and you actually have a lock, and you can get to it from either side, which is beneficial. So on the door side, of course, it does have the Ketter rail, so you can add awnings, you can add an adder room, a lot of different things you can do. And of course, you do have your 110 outlets back over here. So for your steps, I shouldn't say steps. For your step, you can see this blue light right there, but when you put this away, you can see it shuts off. So now you have 2 lights. If you have the Black Canyon, you have that one there, and then of course you can have your red lighting underneath, which is kind of nice. Boondock handle. Notice it does not have the lock for that. You know, some people are asking about the other type of lock that they might put on there, and I'll find out where they are with that. Same kind of door as you see on everybody else's, on the Tab 320, the Tab 400, even the Cirrus truck campers. They use all the same doors, and you have the same screen. I like the fact they're using a yellow light out here instead of having a white light. You're not attracting the bugs, which is quite nice. Now, as you come in right here, this is where you're going to be seeing, checking your levels. You have gray tank and fresh tank. I'll show you where you check your toilet tank here. Porch, accent, sink light, your Alta system, that's your hot water, as well as your furnace. This is your underglow lighting. 110 USB connection. AC duct is right here, and then of course nice little storage. I like how they've effectively have used every little bit of storage. Little space down here to kick your shoes off. Of course, you've got your dinette booth here that breaks down to a twin bed, and then you have another twin on this side. So up in the front here, what you have, storage up above the microwave. And by the way, those are soft, that's a soft close door. Then you have your refrigerator, freezer, and I like the way this thing opens. It opens sideways instead of opening up. So whether you have to look underneath. Don't like the fact they don't give you an ice maker. That's not right. They give it to you in the 400. In your cooking area, you can see they have little places for you to hang stuff. Lights, giving you plenty of light for you, and that nice big stargazing window up in the front. You're also going to have one of those in the back. Now I know a lot of people are complaining about this. We'll see where it leads to. They don't like having the sink in the same area as or in the same thing with a cover. Should have separate covers is what people were asking for. We'll see what they do with that. Do yourself a favor, make sure you put that down before you close this, otherwise you might have water spraying everywhere. 110, and then of course USB ports, 12 volt. Now for your 𝐷𝚊𝚞, it's going to come out in this area here. Comes out in several areas. It's also going to come out underneath the front cabinets there. It's going to come underneath the cabinets over here. It's also going to be coming up in the back here, as well as underneath in this area, and then of course the shower. So it kind of gives you an idea of where it is. Now I like what they've done here. This is mainly for you to service these things. I don't know that I recommend you putting anything under there. Otherwise, you know, you might hit something and it might be an issue. But the rest of these are drawers. I like how that's cut through in there. This is your nice big drawer. Now, of course, you can see we have a lot of stuff in there. That's all going to be removed. But you have all your goodies, 110 outlet, your outside shower. And then, of course, they do latch in there just like a boat would do it. And then down the bottom, as you can see, now you have the additional storage. So that is, these ones are not soft close, as you can see. The one up top is. Now for the bathroom, this is what the bathroom looks like. You do have a light in here. You have mirror, AC duct, your heater. See, you're going to keep your toilet paper nice and dry. But in here, remember I was showing you as far as where you could see the levels for your fresh and gray, which is right there. Well, on your toilet, they have it right here, where you're gonna be able to see it. So there's your flush there. This is where you fills the tank with water. You've got a sink back here and your shower head. Now the shower head either goes there or it goes here for your sink. So you've got two different places for that. And of course you got your privacy door. You have a microwave that's an option. You can see you have storage up top here, there, over here, as well as here. Now for this one and for this one, you have shelves that go in here. You can see the holes up in here, and those are your shelves. They come sent just like this, and then we'll go ahead and put them in there, but then you can adjust those shelves, which is quite nice. Now behind your bed here, you do have storage. You see these doors slide, so you have nice little cubby storage on both sides. USB port, AC duct. You've got a little drawer. Your breakers and fuses are down here. That's an auto detect converter. Benefit there, if you change batteries, you don't have to worry about it. This is where your AC is. I'll be showing you when I get to the factory and how to what you should be doing for that filter right there, how you should be changing that out. So we'll get that. Then of course your dinette booth. Now with the dinette booth, what you have is this will go ahead and lay down. Then your cushion will slide back for there. Now then you have three other cushions. You have one here, you have one there, and one there. Now what you've got to do is you've got to go ahead and remove the table. Right now the table's locked on there. To get it off, what you're going to do is you unlock these here, and then we're going to lift it off. But let me show you, and then what we're going to do is we actually then put it down the bottom there. So let me show you what it's going to look like when you make it for a bed. Now once you put it down there and you set it in place, once it gets on place, then it'll lock. So it's locked in place. All you have to do is bend the leg in half, and then all you do is these cushions, each of these cushions comes off of the spot that they're on, and you're going to go ahead and put them right there, and then there is your second twin bed. Battery disconnects down below here. 110 outlet. Notice it's GFI protected, so that's going to be on the same circuit that you have up front there. TV. You also have your AM/FM CD, well, AM/FM stereo. You do have USB as well, so, and that's Bluetooth. So speakers up top here. See, you have some light up there as well. Another speaker on this side. Now on the back here, you have these lights. They're either blue. You can see it's blue, or if you push and hold it, then it's a reading light, as you can see. So you have one of those on either side. Now, all of the windows, you can see you have another stargazing window back here. And look at how nice and big that is. So if you're laying, you've got your head back here, you're just looking up into the stars, which is kind of awesome. Now I've got this window open. As you can see, it's, you know, your blackout, then you got your screen. If you wanted to use your fan here, then what you do is you pull the screen down, and the fan, you can have it where it's pulling the air out through or dumping in there. If it's dumping, then you don't need to have the windows open, okay? But you need to open up the lid. Now, something I'd highly recommend you get yourself is get yourself a cover to put on the top there, so that way there, if it was raining, then you'd be able to use it. So you have 3 different settings on that. You have 3, this one's pulling the air in, 2, and 1. Now, how do you know which one's which? You can see that this one's pulling the air down. It's coming from the lid, coming down, so it's coming into here. That's gonna be off. And then the next one, it's pushing it out towards the lid. So that's how you know it's gonna be pulling it through the windows. So if you were cooking, you have that front window open, it's gonna pull the air right across there and pull it right out through here. So that is how that works. Now you also have another light. Let me turn around this way because the way the roof is curved. So you have your blue light, light, lighter, brightest. So that's up there. So that is all the lights that are in here. Now, one other thing that I talk about is on your windows here. If you wanted to use the fan and have it pulling air through, you can see you put the right in there. Instead of taking it all the way in and locking it, you can just put it in the first notch right there and put all of them on that. And then that way there you have a little bit of air that can come through that window. But then your window is secure. Trust me, if anyone wants to get in here with these kind of windows, they're going to get in here. So just make sure you understand where you're supposed to put them. And do not leave them in that latch when you're driving down the road. That's a bad idea. So that's everything about the Tab 360. This is the Boondock Black Edition Edition. Black Edition Edition. Black Canyon Edition. Let's get that right here, Paul. But I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you're thinking. Did I miss something? Did I misspeak? I always misspeak for some reason. But anyway, appreciate you watching. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, like, comment, and share this video out. It costs you nothing to do so, and you'll be helping a great cause. So I appreciate it, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.